Yes, sir. You got a question? Oh, you want to know about birthdays? You celebrate your born on the same day? It's on the same week, so you celebrate together? Or it's close together, so you celebrate it on the same weekend? We used to do that, save money. I got two sons that were born in the same month as me. So we would just get the middle of the month, cut the middle of the month in half and all come together. Save a lot of money like that, right? Why can't we keep our birthdays? What's in the Ten Commandments that says that we can't keep birthdays? Is it written? You keep your birthday? You celebrate your birthday or you don't? Oh, you do celebrate it. Okay. It is a sin. It is a sin. But we didn't know that. I was doing it. All these guys here celebrate their birthday. Right? We didn't know that. What happens on your birthday? You got something? All right. Bring it up.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 4.
Bring it out.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone on his day.
So Job had sons. All his sons would separate themselves and go feast in their house, everyone on his own day. What is that going into? Birthday. So that's why it's saying his day, because it was their birthday that they were going into their house. Let's find out what happened.
And sent and called after their three sisters to eat and to drink with them.
So it was a family affair. You call up all your family, you have a feast. You have a birthday party, right? Read.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sat and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offering according to the number of them all.
Why would Job have to do that? He knows that they're separating themselves and celebrating their birthday, the day that they were born. Why is he sacrificing? Why is he sanctifying them? Because they're doing that. If that was a righteous thing to do, if that was not a sin, why would he have to do that? Because we know that Job was what? He was perfect and upright. He was righteous in the eyes of God. So we know he wasn't committing sin, so he knew the difference between what was a sin and what wasn't. Read on.
For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually.
So Job did that continually because he had a lot of sons and a lot of daughters, and they were all in wickedness, celebrating their birthday. So he had to continually do this because he said in their mind they would do what? They would curse God. How do you curse God when you're celebrating your birthday? Give me Exodus chapter 20, verse 4, I think it is. So what are certain things that happen on a man's birthday especially? Especially when we're younger, when we're in our late teens and our 20s. What are birthdays about for a young man? Drinking, what else? Not just drinking, but getting drunk, right? Because drinking in itself is not a sin. Smoking weed, what else? Sex, what kind of sex? Sex isn't a sin if you're married to your wife. What kind of sex? Fornication. Sex outside of marriage. Maybe you are married, but your wife is saying, hey, it's your birthday. We'll have a menage a trois. Right? We'll get a little freaky with my girlfriend. That's a sin. Those are things that happen on birthdays. That's how you're going to curse God, because you're setting yourself up as God for a day. You become God for a day. You can do whatever you want because it's your day. God didn't give us our day. He gave us the Sabbath day. He gave us high holy days. He gave us his days that we're supposed to keep. He said that we're supposed to put him first. You got what I want in Exodus?
Exodus chapter 20 verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So on your birthday you become God for a day. That's putting a God before God. You're putting yourself before God. That's a God. You're in idolatry if you're celebrating your birthday. That's a sin. The first sin that came into the earth was idolatry. That's when Eve went after that fruit in the Garden of Eden. That was idolatry. That's what we are doing when we celebrate our birthday, whether you want to believe it or not. Read.
I got this from Google, the Satanic Bible, religious holidays.
Bring it out.
The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth. Bring it out!
So that's birthday. The Satanic Bible sees the celebration of your own birthday as the highest high holiday in the Satanic doctrine or Satan's religion, right? You got me. Yeah, okay. So we're going to show you something that happened. There's other scriptures throughout the Bible that show you, that demonstrate that birthdays was not part of our custom. These people right here, when we were keeping the laws of God, that was never part of our custom. Because we have so many high holy days to celebrate that we have a new moon feast that we celebrate every month. We don't have to be celebrating our own birthday. We come together and celebrate the Sabbath every week. We don't need to be celebrating pagan holidays or our own birthdays. Read what you got.
2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep 7 days or ancient feasts.
So this was when we were in captivity. It was no longer lawful for us to keep the Lord's Sabbath or the high holy days, the ancient feasts. We couldn't keep Passover. We couldn't celebrate the new moon. We couldn't keep the Feast of Tabernacles. We couldn't keep these ancient feasts. But what do we have to do in our captivity? Read.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
We couldn't even say that we were Jews. We couldn't call ourselves Israelites, the chosen people of God, because we had to conform to society. Just like in the United States today, we have to say we are what? U.S. citizens. Even though we have different bloodlines, the United States has a citizenship that we all have to claim. Read.
And in the day of the king's birth.
On the day of the king's birth,
every month,
so not every year, but every month, the wicked king, the Edomite king, the so-called white man, was celebrating his birthday on the same day every month. Read.
They were brought by bitter constraint.
So we were forced in chains. We were brought on the king's birthday.
By bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices.
The sacrifices that these other nations kept was meat like lizard meat, pig meat, cat and dog meat, lobsters, crabs, shrimp, all these things that is unclean that we're not supposed to eat. That was what they were eating. That was what they were sacrificing to their gods. And we had to do it by force. Read.
And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go into procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
So today the Bacchus, the Lord Bacchus, when they call it Bacchanal in Jamaica and the Barbados.
Yes.
Jamaica and Barbados, they keep this wicked holiday. It's kind of like the one in Brazil that they do, the Carnival. But in Jamaica, they do the same thing. They get naked and they have sex, and even men and women that are married have orgies. So right after that feast, like 9 months later, a lot of women are turning up having kids from different men that's not their husbands because of this wicked feast. It's a sacrifice to the god of Bacchus, right? This is coming all the way back from the book of Maccabees. This same god that we were forced to do it. Nowadays, our people in Jamaica, Barbados, Bermuda, Bahamas, they do it willingly. They do it because it's a lust of the flesh. Read.
Moreover,
Our people are destroyed.
moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by suggestion of Ptolemy and against the Jews. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices.
So now, not only was it forced upon us, but after we started getting into it, because after a while when you're a slave and you're seeing naked women in front of you, orgies and all that, you're getting to eat all you can eat at the feast. After a while, you kind of get used to it, they're not forcing you anymore. So now they can put it in writing. Give me Daniel 8:25. Unless you got something else. Give me Daniel 8:25. So now they don't have to force it on you. They could just put it in writing. So now a decree went out. A decree means it was put in writing that now you had to keep these feasts. It was something regular. It was written into their law that we had to do it. Read.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy,
that's the writing, right? Is that now they have policies. You don't have to do it. You don't have the chains around your neck anymore. You don't have the shackles on your feet and your wrists anymore. They're not using a whip anymore. Now you're already trained, so they can take that off and they can just put it in their policy, right? Like the COVID shot. A lot of us aren't going to have a job anymore because in your job it's going to be in the policy. OSHA is going to charge $700,000 fine to your employer for non-compliance for every case. Every single employee that doesn't get the shot. Wait.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
So craft. What is craft? Christianity? Witchcraft. That's the craft that is going to prosper in his hand. He is able to make craft prosper in his hands. What is associated with witchcraft? They can manipulate chemicals, right? Technology. They can manipulate minerals for their technology. You got your cell phones. You got remote control. They got sonar that can attack just one of your organs in your body. You could be in the middle of 10 people, and they can just attack you at your heart or your liver, and nobody would be the wiser. Nobody would know what happened. That's craft. They're making craft prosper in their hands through their policy. They can just put something in writing and make it so. They can make it happen. Read.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
So he's magnifying himself in his heart. Who's magnifying himself in his heart? He's claiming to be at peace with everybody. He's not at peace with everybody. There's war in his heart. Give me that in Psalms 50. Is it 55, verse 20? 19 around there somewhere? Psalms 55 and around 16, 19 around there? Yeah, the words in his mouth.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Because they landed on this side of the earth, on Plymouth Rock, did they not? Did they not go to our Native American brothers and sisters, the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben? Did they not go over there with smooth words like butter, saying, oh, please help us, we need to learn how to plant corn. We got things that we can trade with you. We got fire water, right? His words were smoother than butter. Did he not make treaties and say, yeah, we need this piece of land, we just need you to move out, but in a couple weeks when you can come back? And they made treaties. And they said, okay, now you can have, now you're all the way on reservations. You did that long walk, you did the Trail of Tears, we did the residential schools, we put you in boarding homes, we cut your hair, we made you keep Christmas and speak English and wear our clothes and take off the fringes that you used to wear some fringes. We don't want you wearing this anymore. Now we want you wearing a suit and a tie. Right? And now we gave you a treaty. So in exchange for all that, you get a free truck every year. We're gonna give you a casino on your land. And you can use the proceeds to better your nation. And what happened to all that? They still get taxed. They don't get any of that. They're wasting that money, they're wasting that vehicle on cocaine and weed and alcohol. Read what you got.
But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil. Yet were they drawn. But his words were smoother than butter. But war was in his heart.
So his words were smoother than butter. When we read in Daniel, through peace he shall destroy many. He comes with smooth words, but it's not really peace. War is in his mind. He always has in his mind what he's going to do to destroy us. By peace he shall destroy many. Read on.
But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil.
His words are softer than oil. That's the policy, right? Read.
Yet were they drawn swords.
They're drawn swords because he's telling you that you're doing a good job. You're always here on time. You're the hardest worker. You always do what I ask. But what is he doing behind the scenes? He's giving his people the raises. He's giving his people the promotions. And he's giving you the smooth words so you can stay in captivity. That's what they do.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.